Hello CraftDee Family, and welcome to another tutorial by She's So Crafty. For today's DIY project, we'll be creating a pair of wall decor pieces that have a touch of modern contemporary flair. Now these pieces are made from wood from the Dollar Tree and can be finished in a variety of ways. Now these also can be displayed horizontal or vertically. Now I will also show you alternative materials and optional backings for this project. Now be sure to check out the link in the list of materials and supplies that I used to make this project in the description box below. Now I'm so excited to share this tutorial with you, but before we start, I wanted to say hey and welcome back to my amazing subscribers and visitors to my channel. Now if you are a new visitor to my channel today and you love to create fun and easy DIY projects on a budget, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also click that notification bell so you will be the first to know when a new DIY tutorial is ready to share with you. So now let's jump right into the project. Now to make 2 of these, we'll need 3 packs of these tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree. And we'll need some craft sticks, and you can get these from the Dollar Tree and Walmart. Now we're going to start by laying out the Surebonder silicone mat and grabbing those tumbling tower blocks. Now I went ahead and stained all of my blocks first with my Jacobian Minwax stain. And here are all my blocks stained, and I didn't stain the ends to make sure that they would be able to glue together better. So I'm going to grab my straight edges, which are this carpenter square, and a piece of a wood stick for my straight edges today. Now I'll also be bonding these together with my Surebonder glue gun on high temperature and using the Surebonder wood stick glue sticks. Now the first set we're going to glue together, 10 2-piece sets of blocks. Now we're just going to start by gluing these end to end, and we're just going to press them together. Now any glue that oozes out in between the seams, we want to wipe away immediately for a nice clean finish. And we're just going to repeat this process until we have our 10 sets. And then we can set these to the side. So the next set we're going to glue together, 6 3-piece sets of blocks. So again, we're going to glue these end to end together, making sure we remove that glue, and we want to make sure it's nice and straight. And then repeat the process until you have all 6 pieces. And next we're going to glue together 4 7-piece sets. Now we are going to continue to glue these end to end, but you want to make sure that this is straight. So what I'm doing is I'm flipping over the block set as I glue it together. Now what this does is it makes sure that everything comes out nice and even and that your stick doesn't curve. And here is our nice straight 7-block set. And then we're just going to repeat this until we have 4 sets. Our final set will be 4 9-block pieces, and we're going to do this just like we did for our 7-piece set. So once you're all done, you're going to end up with 4 of the 9-piece block sets. You're going to have 4 of the 7-piece block sets. We're going to have 6 of those 3-piece block sets and 10 of those 2-piece block sets. Now if you don't want to work with the blocks, a similar item can be used, and they're these 36-inch square dowels from Lowe's. Now these are $1.68 a piece, and you will need 5 pieces totaling $8.40 for each frame. Now it only costs $1.50 per frame using the blocks, so using the blocks come out to be a better bargain. Now if you'd rather use the dowels, I have provided all of the length cuts that you will need to make this project in the description box below. So now I'm just going to lay out my grid mat and grab my carpenter square. Now we're going to start assembling our pieces, and we're going to grab 1 of those 3-block pieces and 2 of the 2-block pieces. And then we're going to add a 2-block piece at the bottom to make it look kind of like one of those football goals. So just go ahead and grab your ruler, lay your 3-piece block set out, and we're going to adhere 1 of those 2-block pieces at each end of that 3-block piece. Now again, when you adhere these, you want to make sure it's straight against that edge and go ahead and wipe away that glue as you adhere them together. And this is what it looks like so far. So once you have that piece, we're going to take that last 2-block piece and we're going to put it right in the center of that 3-block piece as shown here. We want to press it firmly into place and wipe away that glue. And this is what it will look like. So now just grab some pieces and make a second one. And now we have our 2 pieces ready to go. So now we're just going to grab 4 of those 3-block pieces and we are going to make a square. So we're just going to apply glue to the end of one of the 3-block pieces and place it on the end of the other piece. And then we're just going to rotate it around and add another one. Now once we have those 3 pieces together, we're just going to add that bottom end, and we just want to make sure that the 3-block pieces are sandwiched in between the other 2 3-block pieces on each end to form this square. So now that we have our square, we're going to take 4 of the 2-block pieces and we're going to place it on the center block on each side of that square piece. Now using your ruler and your grid mat together, go ahead and align the center of each one of those blocks, press it into place with a little bit of that glue. And then we're just going to rotate that square piece around until all the corners and all the sides have the 2-piece blocks in place. And now this piece is ready to go. So now we're ready to put the whole frame together. Go ahead and grab one of your 7-block sets and 2 of your 9-block sets. Now your 9-block sets will be on the outside of the frame and the 7-block sets will be across the center of the frame. We're going to grab one of our football goal pieces and we are going to center it right on that 7-block set where 2 of the blocks are off of each end, and that's how you get a good idea of where the center is. You want to go ahead and add some of that hot wood glue on each end and press it firmly into place. So once that's nice and adhered, we're going to take one of those 9-block pieces and we are going to add it at that top edge to form the corner of our frame. Just add a generous amount of that wood hot glue on there and press it firmly into place, making sure it's nice and even with the edge. Now once that's in place, we're just going to add another one of those 9-block pieces and put it at the bottom edge. Now we're going to grab another 7-block piece and we're going to place it right in the center between those 2 9-block pieces to form the top portion of our frame. We're just going to add some hot glue to the bottom of our little football goal side and the 2 ends to attach it to the frame securely. And here's what it looks like so far. So now we're going to add our square piece that we made and we are going to place it right in the center between the frame, and we just want to align the ends up perfectly. So you can see it aligns up with the end of our football goal and the edges of the frame, and we're just going to apply some of that hot wood glue on each of the ends that contact the frame and press it firmly into place, making sure everything is nice and secure. Now everything lines up really nice and even. So now we're going to put that to the side and grab one of our 7-block sets and our other little football goal piece, and we're going to apply the end of that football goal piece right in the center of that 7-piece set. Now on the other end of our football goal piece, we're going to take our last 7-piece set and we are going to center it on the top just like we did on the other end. Just apply some of that wood hot glue in place and press it right in there. Now once that's nice and secure, we can attach all of the pieces together. We're just going to take the end of our square piece that we just put in there and put our football goal piece in there. Make sure they're nice and even and aligned, and apply a generous amount of hot glue right at that connection. Now once it is dry, go ahead and flip it over, and we're just going to make sure that all the glue that it seeped through is nice and clean and wiped away. So now for the top and bottom edges, we're going to take our last 9-block piece on the top and bottom, and you notice it's a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the cut line so it's nice and even with the top. Now I purposely did this last because I knew that these pieces can be a little off, so I wanted to make sure that this piece had a long piece to work with, so when we cut it, we wouldn't have to worry about cutting a really small piece. So I went out to my saw, I did cut those little bits off, and now they fit perfectly into place. So if everything looks good, go ahead and apply some of that hot glue to the ends where that last bit will be applied, that last piece will be applied in place, and press it firmly in there. And once that top piece is done, we'll repeat this for that bottom piece. And now our frame is actually fully assembled. It was really easy. So you notice there is some glue there, and what we're going to do is we're just going to go in and we're just going to pick away some of that glue that oozed out and that may be showing on the piece. So what we're going to do now is we are going to flip it good side down, and we are going to reinforce our frame. So to do this, I'm going to be using these craft sticks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the craft sticks and my wire clippers, and I'm going to start adhering it to the frame. Now, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to trim those craft sticks down to where each end of the craft sticks will overlap the junctions and actually end in a middle of one of the blocks, because we don't want the seams to line up with the seams of the blocks. We want that solid piece of the craft stick to overlap those seams, and this will create some really good reinforcement on our piece. So I'm just going to apply that wood glue to that craft stick on each piece that I cut, and I just want to apply this all over the entire back of the frame. And here is my entire back of the frame fully covered. Remember to use a generous amount of that wood hot glue. It really does firm up really well, and it makes this frame nice and solid. Now, as you can see, you can't see any of the craft sticks from the other side either. Now don't throw away those little bits. We're going to take those little bits and I'm just going to add them across any of the weak points that may appear, usually around where that little football goal piece is. We're just going to add these randomly around the back of the frame, just wherever you feel it needs a little bit more reinforcement, and I'm just using them up until they're all applied. So now I'm just going to do my last cleanup of any glue that may be showing to make the front nice and clean, and then taking my Dollar Tree broom and cleaning up all the hot glue webs. Now when I dyed these with the stain, I did leave the ends bare, so that at this point you can go in and take your stain and put a little dab on each one of those exposed ends if you like. And now that you're a pro, you can go ahead and make 1, 2, or 3 more if you like. Now adding a backing to this is actually really super easy. Here I just took a piece of Dollar Tree poster board, I cut it to size, and then I taped it together. Then I just place your frame right on top, and you can use a permanent or temporary adhesive of your choice, and I think this really gives it a sophisticated look. And check it out with the white poster board. Now I really love this too. Now if you choose to use foam board or a solid wood back, you can actually skip that craft stick step. And here is my final project on display. Now, you guys, I am just so impressed on how these turned out. Now, working with these wood blocks is so much fun, and I really enjoy trying out different finished looks that you can make with them. Now, these wall pieces are over 33 inches long, and it would be perfect to accent that blank wall in your space. Now, you can choose to have these vertical as well, and they can be displayed together or apart. I think that they would look great over coffee tables or even nightstands on the wall. And here is the version with the black background. Now, this version gives me all of those modern boho vibes. And check out the frame with the white background. Now, I love the contrast of the wood and the white together. Now, I can totally see placing 4 of these together to make a beautiful headboard too. Let me know in the comments, which version do you prefer for this project? Listen, if you love DIYs on a budget, please give this video a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Make sure that you're following She's So Crafty EE on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest for the latest news, sneak peeks, and giveaways. Now, if you like videos like these and you don't want to miss the next one, make sure you're subscribed by clicking that subscribe button below, or just click on my She's So Crafty logo on your screen and then click the bell. It's absolutely free. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.